this is Mathia Ford with Wildcat Brand Management, and today I want to talk about 10 effective business strategies for growing your brand in 2020. I think there's so many ways to grow your brand using online marketing today, and it's easy to keep it going when you know some of these strategies. If you're implementing them, you may already be implementing a few of these, but there's lots of other ones. So I wanted to present 10 of my favorite this morning. So number one, to get more business, to get more growth, find a way to automate your customer review strategy. So if you can get customers on your Shopify store or on Amazon, there are ways to automatically send customers emails to request reviews, and that will help you to other customers. Other customers, they know what you say is marketing, so they're looking to other people to tell them, did this really work? Did this do what it said it would do? How else can they use it? So try to automate those customer reviews, and that'll really help you to get more sales because people will see that your product works, that it works for other people just like them. Number two, and on topic of the reviews, you can use those reviews in your marketing. So that gives you double, whammy. You get people looking at them on your product, and then also you can use them in your marketing reviews and talk about it or put it as part of your ads. So number two, publish and promote longer evergreen content. So talk about things that are related to your product. Do some shares, training, blog posts, some sharing, like things in your process, how it works. A lot of us think that giving away the farm, not necessarily, but giving away a lot of the process is going to hurt us. And really that helps our customers to bond with us more. But longer form content gets more SEO, search engine optimization credit. It gets shared more often. And especially if it's helpful, if it's targeted at educational terms, then more people will look at it. People don't like to be linked to or to link to a sales page, but they will link to a nice long educational article about how to do something that your product does, and that can be really helpful to get people to your website, which then leads them to number three, focus more on list building. So list building is getting them on your email list and then being able just to talk to them over time, stay top of mind, stay in their email inbox. People use direct mail. That can cost money. Email costs money because you have to spend some time writing the copy and you also have to pay for an email program. But either way, you need to be continually communicating with those customers. When you first get people to your website, it's not always the best course of action to just try to get them to buy. Try to get them on your email list. Then you can follow up. You can see, you can segment them with different email lists. So you can have different offers that you give them for different types of products. For example, if you have garden products and then you also sell some kitchen products, you could have a giveaway that highlights a gardening thing, like how to get your plants to grow bigger in your garden. A person looking for kitchen stuff is not going to get that. But then you can have a kitchen giveaway where it's more like how to keep your pots and pans sparkling clean or something. I'm making these up on the fly. And so getting that would be somebody that's interested in gardening wouldn't necessarily want that. So then you can have those segmented, and then you could do special sales. You could do surveys. You can do that type of thing to those segmented groups. So you're going to build that brand awareness with them. You're going to help them to know more about you. Number four, reward your loyal customers. So a lot of people spend a lot of time and energy getting new customers when the easiest next sale is with your current customers. So when they buy something, get them on that buyer's list, promote things to them, offer them discounts, try to build that long-term customer value where when you get somebody on your list that they're going to buy, average customer value $20, $30, $50 or more, and that's going to mean that you could spend more upfront getting the customer. So the person who could spend more money getting the customer up front usually wins because they have the ability to get that long-term value out of the customer. So even if you don't make money on the first sale, when you're doing a promotion, you get them on your email list, you promote to them after that, and they start to love your products. Number 5 is to focus on community building. So you're getting people on your email list, you're getting them on your long form content, you're getting reviews, and you are focusing on community building. And that is when you figure out where they're hanging out online, or you create an environment where they can hang out online, and you're connecting with them and you're providing them answers to their questions. Community building could be as simple as doing YouTube educational videos, just doing question and answer videos. Maybe your customer support reps get lots of questions that are over and over. You could do some YouTube videos about that topic, and that would help. When people are searching online, that's going to get found. That's going to connect them to you. They're going to see that you're a brand that cares about their customers, and they're really going to get that connection. That community building helps them to stay interested in you, and helps them to understand that you're there just more for you're there for more than just the sale. You're going to engender yourself to your customers a little bit. Okay, number 6. Know and represent your mission and values consistently. We know that decision making is a lot simpler when you kind of have that horizon, like what is it that we're going towards, and is this along the path or is this not? If you're headed towards, you want more sales, you want more exposure, and you're feeling like maybe I should be on Amazon or not, when you look at your values, does that align with Amazon's values, looking through the process? So does that get you closer to where you want to go? Maybe your goal is to stay at a certain size of sales, and just to have that community feeling. A lot of companies don't want to grow huge, don't want to be $1 million companies. That's okay. But understanding that, kind of where you want to go, and your values and your mission, if they align with the websites that you're looking at selling on or marketing on, you're looking to that. Even if you don't decide to sell on Amazon, you can help to see if maybe letting someone else sell on Amazon, so you don't have to spend all your energy on that, or hiring obviously a brand management company like Wildcat Brand Management can help to do the sales and process for you, with you just doing part of the process. Number 7, offer your customers what they need at the time they need it. So you're going to take time. You've already probably done this, but if you haven't, think through the stages of what your customer needs. This is when you can kind of horizontally integrate. So if your customer is buying a kitchen tool, then what is it that they need before that? Or what is it that they'll need after that? Maybe if they need a mixer, they also probably need a baking pan. So what types of things kind of go along that buying journey? If someone is buying an intro to gardening product, then, something that's a simple soil or a shovel, then what is their next step? What else do they need after that? What else do they build? Eventually they get to where they're building trellises and, big fancy gardens in their yard, right? Excuse me. But you have to think through that process where they're going, and you need to be ready to help them and ready to get them where they need to go before they know they need to go there. So think through that journey, that buyer's journey, and have the products ready to go. Number 8, pay for advertising and marketing strategically. So you do probably need to do some advertising. It just depends. That can be different things, whether you're advertising on websites or using Google Ads. But for example, if you're on Amazon has a pay-per-click system. They have a product, marketing advertising program, and you can lose a lot of money on that if you work with somebody who really knows what they're doing and can help you kind of guide you with the keywords and understanding, when to do negative keywords and all the pieces with that. Then you can really actually make the most of that. Number 9, learn about SEO, search engine optimization, religiously. So know what keywords are your buyer keywords, what keywords people are using to find your website, look in your analytics, look through your search console, find out those keywords, and then along with figuring out the buyer journey and figuring out where they're ready to go, start to seed those things with your keywords. So whatever your journey is, try to help to create maybe a series of how to become the best gardener in the world. And you start with, this is what you buy whatever to, make your first garden. And then this is how you plan for your next garden. This is how you design a garden. This is all those things. You may be able to create some digital products along with some actual products, but physical products. But when you are thinking about that buyer's journey and you're thinking of SEO and keywords, you're able to get more people to your website and reading your website than just advertising. I love advertising. Paid traffic is fine, but the long-term value of SEO is undoubtable. You can have, you pay for traffic and then you turn it off and you don't have traffic anymore. With SEO, as you build that up, as you get those keywords, as you build that authority on your website, then you're able to build up that long-term traffic that you don't always have to pay for. And that way you can pay for things strategically. Number 10, create more landing pages and launch more offers. So more offers really does mean more product growth and more business growth. So even if I'm not talking about creating the whole product. A lot of times what you can do is create a digital product that might be like a how-to that you charge a small amount for, that you see kind of the interest in, and then you build on that. It might be getting people to pre-order something that you're thinking about building that you could build within the next couple months. Obviously being very upfront about that, but getting people on board to even say they're interested. But there's a lot of value in them putting that dollar down and saying, yes, I will buy this when it comes out. So putting out those more often, even if it's launching, some sort of sale or finding some sort of affiliate program that can really help you to promote your products, then just try to find those and be constantly trying to grow those offers. They're not all going to work. You may already know this, but you're going to have the 80-20 rule. You're going to have 10 offers. 2 of them are going to be super big successful. 3 or 4 of them are going to be pretty good, and the rest of them aren't going to go anywhere. Don't feel like every offer you make has to be that big time winner. You're going to find winners and losers, and that's great because then that kind of gets you closer to that direction. When I first started with creating my brand on Amazon, I would say that probably I had that 1 out of 10 success rate, and then as we've gone on in the last few years, we're more at like 5 or 6 pretty good success rate instead of 1 or 2. So we are getting that success because we're able to over time learn more about our customers, build our customer journey, work with them on an email list. And so all those things have contributed to us being more successful, but you have to, as you know those things, get out there and do a little more to grow your business. So obviously that's my 10. When you kind of think through this list, it's that publishing more, that creating more content, that connecting more with your customers. And I will also add that it's consistency. So being there consistently, whether it's publishing your blog post every Tuesday or it's doing Instagram post every day, whatever it involves that you need to do to be more consistent, then your customers will get to know that, and they'll really appreciate knowing that, hey, they're going to do a Q&A on Tuesday and they'll want to get their question in time. So, excuse me. When you spend time connecting with your customers, your business grows. You're going to communicate with them in their language. You're going to understand what they're looking for. So if you need help getting started online, whether on Amazon, getting your brand built in any way, give us a call, schedule a call with us, and I would love to talk to you and help you more. Thanks.